Companies burned by big tech plead for Congress to regulate Apple, Amazon, Facebook and Google. Boulder, Colorado. Apple, Amazon, Facebook and Google took a public lashing at a congressional hearing here Friday, where some of their smaller rivals, including Sonos and Tile, pleaded with federal lawmakers to take swift action against big tech. Democrats and Republicans at times appeared stunned as they heard tales of tech giants wielding their massive footprints as a weapon, allegedly copying smaller competitors' features or tweaking their algorithms in ways that put encroaching companies at a costly disadvantage. The testimony came as part of a wide-ranging antitrust probe into Silicon Valley's biggest players that House lawmakers aim to wrap up, with recommendations for regulation, in the coming months. "It's like soccer," said Kirsten Daru, the general counsel of Tile, which has accused Apple of acting anti-competitively. "You might be the best team in the league, but you're playing against a team that owns the field, the ball, the stadium and the entire league, and they can change the rules of the game at any time." The pleas for regulatory relief resonated with lawmakers, led by Representative David Cicilline, DRI, the chairman of the House's top antitrust committee. "It has become clear these firms have tremendous power as gatekeepers to shape and control commerce online," Cicilline said to open the session. The hearing at the University of Colorado, Boulder, put a public face on the pain caused by some of the largest tech companies in the United States. Cicilline and his Democratic and Republican peers have sought to determine if federal antitrust law is sufficient to hold Silicon Valley accountable, and whether changes to federal law are necessary to address anti-competitive concerns in search, smartphones, e-commerce and social networking. "I think it's clear there's abuse in the marketplace and a need for action," said Representative Ken Buck, a Republican from Colorado. The House investigation comes as the U.S. government's two competition agencies, the Federal Trade Commission and Justice Department, proceed with their own probes into Apple, Amazon, Facebook and Google for potential antitrust violations. Nearly all state attorneys general, meanwhile, have trained their sights on Facebook and Google, announcing wide-ranging inquiries of their own earlier this year. A key leader in those states' efforts, Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser, sketched out a broad, ambitious agenda for antitrust enforcement in a private meeting with U.S. lawmakers Friday morning, where he called on them to invest more resources in oversight. "The idea we're not going to regulate tech companies is so 1990s, Weiser said in an interview before he spoke. At the hearing, Tile took issue with Apple for changes to its most recent iOS software for iPhones and iPads. For more on this story, visit the news article link.